traffic out in Cape. We've departed Squalicum Harbor. We're bound for Port Townsend.
Welcome back to this episode of Raising Caper, the story of 4 high school friends from Edmonds, Washington that are challenging near impossible odds, restoring an old 100-foot boat and converting it into a roaming bar and restaurant in the Pacific Northwest. Did we mention we are just 30 years old with no experience owning and running a boat of this size? Watch us redefine what it means to be in over our heads.
Well, welcome back to episode 7 of Raising Caper. As you can see, we are on the beginning stages of working on the interior finishings. We just started putting in insulation, which is a big step. But I got a big announcement to make. Behind me is where the island caper used to be for over a year. And a year and 3 months, actually. 2 months. Year and 2 months. And now it's just a big open gravel pit. So we got the boat back in the water and she still floats, which is huge. But we still have a lot of work to do before we can get the boat back to Bellingham. So yeah, the light at the end of the tunnel is there, but it's still a little bit dim. But that's boat life sometimes. And I forgot to mention, all of us are really sick this week. Like, really sick. That's why I'm the only one filming this intro. And Xander pinched a nerve, his sciatic nerve, and he has bronchitis or something, and Tom's at the doctor right now, and one of Xander's friends that he was hanging out with is in the hospital from the sickness, and I've been coughing up all sorts of things that I don't want to talk about. So it's been a little bit rough, but you know, we're still making progress. This week, our engines are getting aligned, and we're just dialing in all of our major important raw water systems and boat systems to make sure that we're ready for the steam back to Bellingham. So in the last episode, we left off with the boat just getting blocked right where I'm standing. Now we get right to work craning all the hardware and all the old junk off of the boat, which took about a week worth of work. We also got into some bilge cleaning, which kind of was a fiasco, but more on that later. And we had some major project planning to do. So that's what I plan to show you guys on this episode. I hope you like it. Give us a thumbs up if you like the episode. Drop us a comment. We really like hearing from you guys. There's been a couple of people that have reached out, and those comments mean a lot to us. And check out our Instagram page if you want live updates. We do daily stories when we can, and sometimes you can get previews of what the boat looks like today. So go check us out. It's at PNW Cruises. What are you guys doing right now?
Finishing up insulation in the forward cabin.
I'll leave a link down below. But yeah, guys, we're moving on up. We're getting closer and closer to getting back to Bellingham and out of Port Townsend, as much as we love this place. With that, please enjoy the show. Hit that like button or dislike button. So before the real show begins, I'm gonna show you the first edition of our crabbing escapades. So you filming?
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome back to episode 7 of Raising Caper.
Said that wrong.
We're gonna go get some crab. Film the intro for this, and Tom's gonna cooperate.
The Did you say corroborate?
Oh, look at that sick drift you're doing.
I needed to move so Kenny could get on.
Tokyo drift, bro.
Yeah, man.
I want crab.
We are out here crabbing, trying to keep our sanity by doing something fun. Because right now the light at the end of the tunnel seems very dim. And yeah, so if you can like, subscribe, and consider checking out our Patreon page, that would be great.
Keep some tension on it.
Just $3 a month would help us out enormously over on our Patreon. The equipment, the filming, the production equipment, the gear, the computers, the SD cards, all of it costs a lot of money. And I'm gonna be totally honest, we are not making any money right now. It's all going out the door because we haven't opened yet and we have a long ways to go. Sitting here putting together the episode, and I just realized I forgot to mention there are a ton of deleted scenes that aren't gonna be making the cut due to them maybe not being so appropriate for the public. But they are just scenes of us being who we are, kind of just goofing off. So if you want to see sort of the more behind the scenes picture of what really happens, go check out our Patreon page. Now back to your regularly scheduled show.
And now to go back in time.
What's the plan here today?
Well, we're gonna get rid of these benches because they're not part of the plan for the boat.
Here is about an hour's worth of work in 8 seconds, and this is before we got the crane operating, so it required going up and down manually, and yes, I broke quite a sweat.
Oh, dude, I have coffee going. There's coffee downstairs. It's hot. We need to get some half and half all up in this much.
Yeah, I need a little cream.
Yeah. That's what she said.
Hey, yo.
What are you guys working on right now?
We are trying to plan out our week with our labor and our projects that we have going.
Trying to see, make sure we get everything done by the time we need to.
We're logistifying, as they say.
Yeah, Xander, I bet you could clean those wheels.
Yeah.
Not fun.
I'm pretty good at not fucking stuff up.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
In my life.
That'd be a good project.
What wheels are these you speak of?
The wheels on the back of the boat that make
Yes.
the bus go around.
Yeah.
You call those wheels?
Wheels.
The bubble circles.
Some the propellers.
Oh, propellers. I
Props.
see.
Props. Yeah.
Wheels.
People call.
Space. Where when we need to write something down, we're not spending 10 minutes looking for a pen.
Yeah, we need a whole cup of pens.
Yeah. Office supply.
Kenny, put that on your shit. Bring
We're
pens.
office supply somewhere.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
the
know what it
office
was. Anyone
manager.
can go get it.
Pens. Even large notepads. We don't have enough.
Yeah.
A bunch over
We
there.
don't have enough.
And with this project, we might need another one of these.
Yeah, I can write it for you.
I got it already. Office supplies, dude.
But you gotta specify what pens, notepads, small, medium, large.
And here, we see the subject has found unusual uses for everyday objects. Let us watch and see if he succeeds.
So we're gonna pull the water maker out of the lazarette, which we're turning into our like tool room, workshop area, spare parts storage. And then there's an old big Coke fridge that was the kegerator, the giant kegerator from the old operation. And we're gonna get that. It doesn't work. We're gonna take that off. The Pepsi cooler that was also in the labs. Train them into Kenny's truck. It should be fun. Let's go see if we're ready to pop the hatch down there and rig it on up.
What's up, boys? What's up? Believe it or not, I know it's hard to believe, but this fridge was not secured in any way. Ever. It's just sitting here.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, and the freezer, believe it or not, isn't freezing.
It's not freezing?
It's not even, it's warm in there. This guy will fit up right out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get the crane cable lowered down into here, and then we're gonna use, I'm gonna make a bridle.
Okay.
To yank this up out of here.
All right. I will. We just got some tilt action. I'm worried it's gonna
tilt.
I'm just worried it's gonna swing into the arm.
That's fine.
All right.
Watch that corner.
Rose, what day is it?
October 31st, Halloween.
Yeah. It just so happens that we installed that cooler behind you and it's wigging out.
Spooky.
Spooky. Alright, watch out, boys. All right.
So we were really hoping to reuse some of this old equipment, but like most things on this boat, they were well beyond repair. So off to the recyclers they went.
I think it needs to be more empty.
Have one guy down on the ground.
I'll be your ground guy. I like your ground. It's one of my favorite places.
Oh, wait.
My good glove.
Well,
It's huge. Imagine this thing not being here. We just have to get it on its end. We're gonna need to lift it up, turn it 90 degrees, get that end right here, and then tip it up and pull it out, you know?
yeah.
Right through here.
And this actually took us about 2 hours worth of work, even though you're seeing it in about 10 seconds.
I just tried. What you do?
It needs to be more empty.
And so next up were our life rafts. Now these things are really old and outdated, but they are extremely heavy, and there's no way we would have been able to do it without the use of the crane. We do plan on replacing these, but for now, we just needed to store them on the ground. And here's a quick reminder of how dangerous boat work can be sometimes.
Watch out, I don't know if you saw that, but there's an open hatch back there. Don't walk into it.
I think it's more dangerous now. That orange is distracting. Walk right up the stairs.
How's it going this afternoon? Welcome to the Island Caper. We're here today. I've rented a hot pressure washer in order to remove the grease and sludge from the bilge of the engine room. Hopefully we'll be using, degreaser and high temperature water to remove all of the grease deposits from our Detroits. And really we're just trying to make sure that none of this water gets pumped into the local ecosystem Oh hey, here's Brother Xander here.
Saving the
He's
fishes.
our yoga specialist. He does
Yep.
all of the morning yoga routines.
I work from here actually.
Yes. And here is our diesel pressure washer.
About to kill some oil. Ready to use a pressure washer, Pat? Hell yeah.
But before we could get started, we first had to remove our old crusty insulation. Once that was done, it's time to get dirty.
What?
How's it going?
Oh, fantastic.
How's that looking?
It's getting better, but like you said, you'll spray a few seconds and then it gets steamy, then you gotta wait for the steam to clear out. But yeah, take a look yourself. You can definitely see a difference.
Alright, so how well did the steam cleaning actually work? To clean out the bilge?
Not well at all.
It was horrible.
Yeah, we did.
What was it like?
It was like going into a really hot sauna and pouring motor oil over all the rocks and then working out in that sauna.
Breathing it in. We wore full
Just
suits.
we had
and it was
Tyvek suits and
still,
just oil was steamed all over us. It was awesome.
So would you
It was
recommend
nasty.
steam cleaning bilges?
Never.
No.
not even.
No,
don't
maybe a
even
brand new
recommend it.
bilge that is clean, but not an old, dirty one. No.
Yeah, awful.
Oh, well, it was just we were really hopeful at the beginning because in thought it was like a satisfying peel off all that grime and gunk, and then it was a scraping and scrubbing, spraying, and it was hours and hours and hours of work, really gross, hard work that yielded nothing.
Yeah, it amounted to nothing.
Yeah.
And then we got like a call from our neighbor for being up too late and
making too much noise, and it was just a very frustrating process that we will never repeat.
Here's Tom grinding away.
Nice. So what are you doing now? You're turning the prop to make it easier to...
Yeah, I'm just moving it so I could just sit here and work on one surface at a time, just taking all the barnacle trunks off because we're gonna paint these. We get them all cleaned up and paint them so that when we go back in the water, we don't have to deal with this again. You see there's very few barnacles actually stuck to the hole, but we pressure wash these too, and you know, everything just sticks to the brass. So we're gonna clean them all up and then get in here with a similar pad on a drill and get into all the nooks and crannies. It's this rough kind of Scotch-Brite material. This is a coarse pad right here. Then I'm gonna come back with a fine pad and then polish them all up nice and clean. Be pretty. So to, you know, see your face in them and whatnot.
All right.
Should be good.
Eat off them.
Yeah, right?
We'll have another episode out in 2 weeks. And I hope that you watch that too.
2 weeks.
Deuce.
If you like what you see, be sure to comment. If you don't like what you see, also comment so we know what you don't like.
Or just keep that to yourself. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Pat, so you don't have to comment.
Yeah, I mean, stay nice.
Oh, yes, good boy.
Action!
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check us out on Patreon.
Hydrate or die.
You should narrate this, Sander. I don't have it in me anymore.
Do it, man. I'm good.
I don't know. It was your idea. What was it?
Yeah, Rose.
What?
It was your idea.
What was
Your idea.
To narrate.
Here's Tom grinding away.
Bravo!
There we go.
Bravo!
You have another sip now.
Who's that old guy that does all the documentaries?
David Attenborough.
You're like the female David Attenborough.
Yeah.